Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Samnita, for the wonderful Kirtan. So now we are moving on to the next part of our program. Is today's special Sunday feast class going to present by His Grace Bruhat Mridanga Prabhuji. Bruhat Mridanga Das is a traveling monk and leader within the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, having graduated from ISKCON GBC class for leadership development. He serves as a director of Krishna House North America, a non-profit organization that provides immersive Bhakti Yoga experience to inspire and empower youth across the continent. Brihat Mridangas Prabhu's journey in the Bhakti Yoga began after completing a BA in Mathematical Economics at Colorado College in 2016. Shortly after, he discovered ISKCON and immersed himself in the teachings of its founder Srila Prabhupada, especially through the studying his translation of Bhagavad Gita. In addition to his personal study, Brihat Mridanga Prabhu distributes the spiritual teachings of Srila Prabhupada through book distribution and teaching classes. He also serves as a mentor and helps to organize yearly retreats and pilgrimages. So with that, we will welcome Prabhu by loudly chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, over to you. Prabhu adjusting himself. Only 2 columns we sit here, Prabhus. The rest all Matajis. So Matajis, move towards your right as much as possible and come forward so that whoever come later, they can join at the behind.
Yeah, a little up. Yeah. Good. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namo Vishnu Srimati Bhakti Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Start with our invocation. You can chant along with me. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. Honored to be here. Thanks to Satyasara Prabhu. and to Amia and Govinda, who are kindly hosting us at the Bhakti House. Myself, Brihat Mardanga Das, if you didn't catch my name earlier, and my traveling partner, Bhakta Stephen. We are on a tour of different ashram projects around North America. And our attempt is to create an environment where people from any background can take up the serious practice of devotional service and experience the bliss that Lord Chaitanya wants all of us to experience. So in this mood, I thought to continue from Acharya Nishta Prabhu's class on Gora Purnima, and we can hear a little more about Lord Chaitanya and his desire to share Krishna consciousness with everyone. And also, relevant for many of us is a theme which comes up, is how can I practice bhakti while I am in the material world? Lord Chaitanya gives very clear and empowering and hope-giving instruction about how we can have a family, how we can be in our office or in school, and we can still actually have no impediment to pure devotional service. So if you would like to refer to the text, you can look at it along with me. We're in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 7. So if you have your phones, you can pull this out. CC Madhya, chapter 7. And we're beginning with text 95. Madhya 795. And Prabhu, we finish at what time, including Q&A?
We can go 12:50.
12:50, including, and then 1 o'clock. Okay, anyone still needs some time? Madhya Lila, chapter 7, starting in verse 95. So just one time, you can repeat after me this invocation for the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So Lord Chaitanya is just about to leave on his tour of South India, and he breaks the hearts of everyone in Puri, and he leaves. So Krishna Das Kaviraj, the author, writes, almost like a mad lion, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on his tour filled with ecstatic love and performing Sankirtan, chanting Krishna's names as follows. The Lord chanted, Krishna, 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 Krishna. You can sing with Krishna, 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 Krishna. You can sing with me. Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 Raksha Mam. Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam. That is it there in yours? Rama Raghava, okay. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rakshamam, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahimam. That is, O Lord Krishna, please protect me and maintain me. O Lord Ram, descendant of King Raghu, please protect me. O Krishna, Keshava, killer of the Keshi demon, please maintain me. So this is a nice mantra we can chant while we're walking around, when you're, wherever you may be, cleaning up in the morning, brushing your teeth, driving to work, whatever activity you may be doing, you can remember Lord Chaitanya and chant this mantra. Chanting this verse, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, known as Gaura Hari, went on his way. As soon as he saw someone, he would request him to chant, Hari Hari! Whoever heard Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chant, Hari Hari, also chanted the holy name of Lord Hari and Krishna. In this way, they all followed the Lord, very eager to see him. After some time, the Lord would embrace these people and bid them to return home, having invested each of them with spiritual potency. Each of these empowered persons would return to his own village, always chanting the holy name of Krishna, and sometimes laughing, crying, and dancing. Such good fortune, huh? Wouldn't it be nice if we could just get embraced by Lord Chaitanya and achieve pure love of God? But for most of us, we have to work hard, practice the rules of sadhana, bhakti, and eventually we get to that goal. It's not so common that we get this special blessing. Each of these, they all went to their villages, and such an empowered person would request everyone and anyone, whomever he saw, to chant the holy name of Krishna. In this way, all the villagers would also become devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Is anyone here from South India? Okay, very fortunate. Most of you. People from different villages who came to see such an empowered individual would become like him simply by seeing him and receiving the mercy of his glance. So just to see a pure devotee is such a great fortune. When each of these newly empowered individuals returned to his own village, he also converted the villagers into devotees. And when others came from different villages to see him, they were also converted. In this way, as empowered men went from one village to another, all the people of South India became devotees. Thus, many hundreds of people became Vaishnavas when they passed the Lord on the way and were embraced by him. So we need to do many more tours of South India because not everyone in South India is a devotee, right? Can you attest? In Bangalore and Hyderabad, is everyone a devotee? Maybe they're receptive. Actually, it's pretty amazing how simply by being born in India, there's a natural openness to bhakti. But there's a lot of work to do. Next. Thus, many hundreds of people became Vaishnavas when they passed the Lord on the way and were embraced by him. In whatever village Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed to accept alms, many people came to see him. He was so beautiful, so attractive, glowing, golden. You know how tall he was? Apparently he was 7 feet tall. Enormous. How many meters is that? 2.5 meters? It's very big. He was very, very tall. In this way, by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone became a first-class devotee. Later, they became teachers or spiritual masters and liberated the entire world. In this way, the Lord went to the extreme southern part of India, and he converted all the provinces to Vaishnavism. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not manifest his spiritual potencies at Navadvip, where he was born, but he did manifest them in South India and liberated all the people there. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's empowering of others can be understood by one who is actually a devotee of the Lord and who has received his mercy. So we can only understand this if we are a devotee and get the mercy, because we might hear it, it's an interesting story, but do we really understand the depth of Lord Chaitanya's kindness? If one does not believe in the uncommon transcendental pastimes of the Lord, he is vanquished both in this world and the next. Whatever I have stated about the beginning of the Lord's tour should also be understood to hold for as long as the Lord toured South India. Amazing. So while he did his whole tour, this was his program. This was his outreach program. He would embrace people and give them pure love of God, and they would go and give everyone else in their village Krishna Prema. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the holy place known as Kurma Kshetra, he saw the deity and offered prayers and obeisances. While at this place, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in his usual ecstasy of love of Godhead and was laughing, crying, dancing, and chanting. Everyone who saw him was astonished. After hearing of these wonderful occurrences, everyone came to see him there. When they saw the beauty of the Lord and his ecstatic condition, they were all struck with wonder. So the secret is hearing about the Lord. So it's said that even though we are in 2025 in Austin, Texas, by hearing the pastimes written in this book, we can actually have the same experience as those who directly perceived them. It just takes the sincerity to hear. We have to hear in the right mood. And then if we hear about the beauty, the kindness, the amazing qualities of Lord Chaitanya, then we will be like these people and we will want to just run to him. So we will develop this deep enthusiasm. Just by seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone became a devotee. They began to chant Krishna and Hare and all the holy names. They were all merged in a great ecstasy of love, and they began to dance, raising their arms. After hearing them chant the holy names of Lord Krishna, the residents of all the other villages also became Vaishnavas. By hearing the holy name of Krishna, the entire country became Vaishnava. It was as if the nectar of the holy name of Krishna overflooded the entire country. Earlier we see in Adi Leela, the first section, that Lord Chaitanya wanted to drown the whole world, right? Today we're drowning in workload. Sometimes I hear that devotees have to work 50, 60 hours per week. So we're drowning so many material responsibilities. But if we can hear about Lord Chaitanya, then we'll be drowning in an ocean of bliss. After some time, when Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested his external consciousness, the priest of the Lord Kurma deity gave him various offerings. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mode of preaching has already been explained, and I shall not repeat the explanation. In whichever villages the Lord entered, his behavior was the same. Here is where we get some very practical instruction for our lives, and this is what I wanted to focus on. In one village, there was a Vedic Brahmin named Kurma. He invited Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home with great respect and devotion. This Brahmin brought Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home, washed his lotus feet, and with his family members drank that water. With great affection and respect, that Kurma Brahmin made Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eat all kinds of food. After that, the remnants were shared by all the members of the family. The Brahmin then began to pray, "O my Lord, your lotus feet are meditated upon by Lord Brahma, and those very lotus feet have come into my home. My dear Lord, there is no limit to my great fortune. It cannot be described. Today my family, birth, and riches have all been glorified." The Brahmin begged Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "My dear Lord, kindly show me favor and let me go with you. I can no longer tolerate the waves of misery caused by materialistic life." Do you feel like this sometimes? I just can't tolerate this material life anymore. Yeah? Anyone feel like this sometimes? Yes, Prabhu. That's a good question, Prabhu. I can't say for sure, but Brahmanas are reading the scriptures, so I'm assuming that the standard Vaishnava scriptures he was reading, probably reading Srimad Bhagavatam and hearing about Lord Chaitanya's prediction there. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangashtra. So if you hear this from Bhagavatam from the right source, they can explain that Lord Chaitanya, he's the hidden avatar, and he's actually appeared in this world. Yes. And he was so famous, Lord Chaitanya. Everyone wanted to see him. They would hear about him in big crowds. Even Lord Chaitanya was so famous that when he was going to Vrindavan, every step he would take, there were thousands of people, and they would take the dust from under his feet, and they were creating big holes in the ground. That's how famous Lord Chaitanya was. And so he had to stop everyone from following him because he had so much fame. So it seems that it was very common knowledge. Next, in one village, okay. Yes, I can no longer tolerate the waves of misery caused by materialistic life. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Don't speak like that again. Better to remain at home and chant the holy name of Krishna always." I want to become a sannyasi like you. I want to give up my family. He said, "Don't speak like that. Instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Sri Krishna as they are given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land." So far, the instructions are stay at home, chant Hare Krishna, and study the scripture and teach people about what you know. Pretty simple, yes? All of you are doing this in some little way. Maybe there's not so much the sharing yet, but at least chanting Hare Krishna, studying Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. This is standard, at least when you come on Sunday. And then the next level in bhakti is sharing it with others. Now we get such hope from Lord Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further advised the Brahmana Kurma, if you follow this instruction, your materialistic life at home will not obstruct your spiritual advancement. Amazing, huh? We might think that our work, our family is an obstruction. It's difficult to practice bhakti. If you follow this instruction, your materialistic life at home will not obstruct your spiritual advancement. Indeed, if you follow these regulative principles, we will meet again here, or rather, you will never lose my company. So how is that you never lose the company of Lord Chaitanya? Yes, because you're chanting, and the name is Lord Chaitanya. Bhinatvam nama namino. Yeah, Nama Chintamani Krishnas. The holy name is like a wish-fulfilling gemstone, and it is not different from the Lord himself. So by always chanting, then you're always with Krishna or Chaitanya. And when you're hearing about the Lord also from the Bhagavad Gita, from the Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, then we are directly associating with the Lord. At whosoever house Sri Chaitanya accepted his alms by taking prasadam, he would convert the dwellers to his Sankirtan movement and advise them just as he advised the Brahmana named Kurma. So this was his standard instruction to everyone. Many of them wanted to join Lord Chaitanya. Let me just be with you and just dance and chant and be a wandering mendicant. And he said, no, don't speak like that. You stay where you are. And you always chant, you always read, you share what you read, and you won't lose my company. You'll always be with me, and you'll have no problem. So I wanted to really focus on this because most people are not strange like myself and live in a van. Even Ananda Kirtan Prabhu has such a taste for van life that he and his wife are now continuing on traveling and distributing books. So it's something for very few, and most people are advised by the Lord to stay more in contact with the material world and to be exemplars of human conduct, to be leaders, to be role models for others in the world. Because someone like myself, if I give a talk at a corporate office or in a school, maybe they'll appreciate some of the words that I speak, but most will be thinking, I don't want to be like that person. It's very alien. So it's hard to relate. And this is why some devotees choose even to remain in their family life when they are qualified to be a sannyasi. For example, Vaisheshika Prabhu and Akalakanta Prabhu. They remain with their wives, and they see that they're able to affect people in a more powerful way from that position. They have more relatability from that perspective. So the main essence that I get from this is there is no obstruction, there's no impediment to pure devotional service. If we have the sincere desire, nothing can stop us from practicing pure devotional service. We may get excuses in our mind. We may think that I'm too busy. Yeah. What other excuses might we come up with for I can't be a pure devotee yet because what? Because too much work, too much family responsibility, too much work. What else? I don't have enough time. I'm busy. It's difficult. I'm sick. What else? I'm too old. Yeah. Or any other excuses that we may get, whatever it may be. We think that we can wait until some later time to really be serious about devotional service. But why not right now? The Bhagavatam says, this famous verse, Savai pung sang parodharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. This means that the supreme dharma, the supreme religion for all people, like we're hearing about conversion in this, he's not really converting in the way that we know. He's not making someone a Hindu. Yeah, join my religion. No. He's converting their heart into a pure servant, a pure lover of God, of Krishna. So the supreme religion, the paradharma, is bhakti, is devotional service. And to be completely happy by practicing this supreme religion is to do it constantly and without any selfish motivation. Aituki apratihata. Another way to understand this is, at least this word apratihata, it means that it's uninterrupted. So that means that we have to be constantly doing the devotional service in order to feel complete satisfaction. But also it means that nothing can stop us from doing it if we really want to. So it's so powerful. There's no material situation. For example, there's one devotee. He was a warrior. He was a military man, and he was captured by the other side. If anyone knows this devotee's name, please let me know. I'm forgetting. It may be Arati. And he was captured as a prisoner of war, and he was put into this small room, which was brightly lit constantly, and just enough space to stand. And all the time he was hearing gunshots, and there were people being killed, and he had no idea what was happening, and probably fed very poorly. He had no friends, no family, nothing, no Bhagavad Gita, no japa beads, nothing. But he said that was the most ecstatic time in his whole life. So how is that? Isn't that amazing? What he was doing in his mind is that he was serving Krishna. He was holding big festivals, like you all had this big holy festival on Friday, yes? So imagine, in his mind, he was throwing a festival like that. He was imagining all the devotees coming. He was imagining cooking this big feast, offering it to everyone, eating the feast, dancing and chanting, and feeling great joy in doing this. There's no obstruction, even in that situation. There's also the example of the Russian devotees during the time of the Cold War. So Srila Prabhupada very fearlessly, boldly went into the Soviet Union, and it appeared that they were not going to have any success. They weren't able to meet anyone. The KGB was very much restrictive, and yet Shyamasundar, his disciple, happened to meet some young boys who were interested and brought them to see Srila Prabhupada, just over a few hours, Srila Prabhupada gave them the whole essence of Krishna consciousness. And somehow they must have gotten a Bhagavad Gita, and they were hand copying it. So many devotees were hand writing this Bhagavad Gita for distribution. And the people there were so starved for spiritual wisdom that they were able to distribute this in large numbers. And yet when the KGB would find them, they would bring these devotees and they would beat them very severely. And they would say, "Where is your headquarters? Where are you producing these books?" They would offer money, they would offer so much, "We'll free you, you'll have no problems, you just reveal," and they would not. They were resolute. And even they were so this went on for some time, and eventually many of them were imprisoned and put into somewhat of a concentration camp. And in the prison, there's this book, Salted Bread. Maybe some of you have read. If you haven't, please do. It's extraordinary. In the prison, the devotees, whatever they remembered, like Lord Chaitanya says, tell people about what you have heard from the scriptures. So in the prison, they were telling their cellmates about the pastimes of Krishna. Krishna would steal butter, and, Krishna, he would kill these demons, and he's so beautiful. Whatever they could remember. And they were also passing notes around somehow to communicate with each other. And they had an ingenious way to create chanting beads. So the book is called Salted Bread. They were vegetarian, so they had almost nothing to eat. They were probably starving. And yet, a little bit of their bread they would set aside, and they somehow would dry it, they would mix it with salt, they would let it sit in the sunshine, and they would form it into small beads. And they got tooth floss, and they would craft a japa mala. Amazing, huh? That determination to chant the names of God. And so they would be unimpeded practicing their devotional service in that situation. And even helping others to take up the practice of devotional service. There's so many examples we could give. These are a few that strike me. And so when we reflect on our own life, do I really have an obstacle? Are my excuses really valid? Can I not be a pure devotee right now? What's holding me back, actually? It's just our lack of desire. And because we don't have the strong desire, then we make up some reason that, I can do it later. And anyway, if we want to be fully happy, everyone wants to be fully happy, yes? Yayatma suprasidati. If we want this happiness, then savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir hokshaje ahaituki apratihata. Without any selfish motive, without any stoppage, go on serving Krishna. Even if it's not perfect, we try our best. Krishna appreciates that. Even if we make a huge mistake, then Krishna will forgive it if we're sincere. Apichet sudoracharo. And even if we can only offer a little bit, patram pushpam palam toyam, just offer a little leaf somewhat. It's so easy. Krishna just wants our love. We can't even imagine how much Krishna wants us to be back with him. Srila Prabhupada explains, Krishna wants us to be back with him more than we can even desire. So all we have to do is try our best. And Lord Chaitanya gives us the clear instructions how we can do that. So what did Lord Chaitanya say? That you need to first, what do you need to do first? Okay, yes. Grihe tako, vane tako, sara hari bole dako. Whether you're a brahmachari, sannyasi, grihasta, whatever situation in life, the first thing is chant. Chant the names of Krishna, is what he says. Always chant. Sada hari bole dako. And then to study the Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada's books, and share them. Yes. Yare deka tare kaha, Krishna Upadesh. So that means wherever you go, to the bank, to the grocery store, to the office, to an in-law's home, yare deka tare kaha, and whoever you meet, you try to, in some way, share a little bit of Krishna consciousness. Of course, we have to be intelligent. We can't go around telling everyone to surrender to Krishna. For some people, preaching means giving some prasadam. For some people, it just means being a gentleman or a proper lady. Some people, we can just directly give philosophy. So, chanting the names of Krishna, studying the scriptures and sharing them. And then he says, was there anything else? Become a spiritual master. So yeah, same thing. And then the result of this is you'll liberate the whole world as a combined effort. And yes, you'll always be with Krishna. Yes. Oh, and do you have any obstacles in your family life? Will you have any obstacles if you do this? No. You will have 0 obstacles. So this is what I wanted to share with all of us here, is that there is always hope and there is never an excuse for pure devotional service. If we want to achieve pure love of God, we can do it right now. We just have to really want it. Loliyam, we have to develop not just desire, but greed. We have to really, really, really want it. And where does that greed come from? From those who have it. Therefore, we have an international society. Therefore, we come together and beg for the blessings of the other devotees, and especially those who are at the highest level. We make that the sole purpose of our life, to serve them and to receive their blessings so that they will give us the gift of love of Krishna. So we have a little time for reflections and questions, whatever you would like to share. Thank you for allowing me some time to speak. Something you heard that was striking to you. It doesn't have to be a question. Maybe just one thing you heard from this presentation that was relevant to you or that struck your heart. It makes it a lot easier for you to...
It makes you more approachable if you stay in the Grihastha ashram, like many great devotees do. So that stuck with me because that seems to be my perpetual, even as the Banapastra.
Thank you.
But Grihastha ashram doesn't mean opulence either. There's also a lot of tapasya.
Yes, it takes great selflessness to have a family. That's actually how Krishna has set things up, is that no matter what, if you want to be a renunciate, you have to be selfless. If you want to have a family, you also have to be selfless. You have to serve your family, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much
Hare
for
Krishna.
the wonderful class. And I really appreciate the way that you quoted the example of salted bread. That is really something that we can make a point that there's no excuse in life, right? For taking this process. This is amazing process. The simplest process for attaining the highest. And how these devotees, they have done this sadhana. That's amazing. And if we still keep on giving excuses, I mean, there is nothing like, we are just ditching ourselves. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of sincerity.
Yes.
And we may also sometimes feel discouraged. Oh, I'm not at that level of conviction. So we also need to be kind to ourselves and understand it's a gradual process. So that's why it takes sincerity, but also having someone who knows us well, and they can tell us, you can push harder. You can do better.
Yes.
Or I think you're pushing a little too much. I think you can relax a bit.
That's right. Thank you so much.
Turn
Prabhu.
up or turn down the fire on your practices. Yeah.
Yes, constant motivation is needed. Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu. And
Yes,
get
we
it
need
in association
encouragement.
of devotees only.
We do need encouragement.
Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Mera?
Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna.
My question is sometimes it's really hard for me to chant the holy name. So how can it be easier to chant the holy name?
Yeah. It's also difficult for me to chant the holy name. Just this morning, I was chanting and I was getting sleepy, so I tried to stand up and I was still sleepy, so I just laid down on the floor. Took a short nap and then I continued chanting. Yeah, it's very difficult. I find that when I chant with other devotees who are very serious, that helps me. So there's a Zoom call that I join where there's very serious chanters. Your family chants, yes? You chant together? How does that go?
Goes good.
Yeah.
But then also she find out the excuse.
Yeah.
Feeling sleepy and tired.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. So what makes it most difficult for you to chant japa? What's the hardest part about chanting?
That I sometimes feel really sleepy
Mhm.
Your mind wander.
yeah.
Sleepy and distraction. Yeah. I wish I could tell you I didn't have those. I also struggle with this. Yeah, it takes time. It takes time. We just keep going. Keep going. Never stop chanting. That's the secret. Thank you. Kirtaniya sada hari. Always chant. Yes. Yeah, anything more? We have a few minutes. Yes. All the way in the back. Hare Krishna. I think it's off, Prabhu.
Hello. Yeah. Hare Krishna Prabhu,
Hare
thank you for the class. It was really helpful for us to understand like there's only 3 steps to get closer to Krishna. But I'm a little I have a question around that. Like when you say you can still be connected to material life and also be close to Krishna, there are multiple distractions there. So how do you keep yourself close? I mean, you want to be engaged, focused when you're at office. Like you need to be there, keep your mind completely focused there. So how do you keep yourself focused and also stay attached to Krishna?
Yeah. How do you remember Krishna at the office is the question. I think maybe Satyasara Prabhu would be more qualified than myself to answer this. I've never worked in an office. I can't say from experience. Would you like to share something, Satyasara Prabhu?
I think it depends on how you see your work. I'll start there. The work itself is a service. So in India, there's a famous saying,